Hey everyone, my name is Nabeel, co-founder at Lunchbox and now executive chairman. So exciting to hear all the things James has shared with us. And now we're going to focus on product. Before I tell you about the future, I would love to talk about where we came from. When we started this company 6 years ago, and when I was a restaurant operator before that, the goal was how do we do incredible things that Domino's and Starbucks is doing, in an affordable way? How do we tell great stories with our digital storefronts? So what did we do? We put together an incredible team and we've built great digital storefronts. Your app, your website, your catering system, your order aggregation, which now, by the way, is free, so contact us if you're paying for it. You shouldn't. But moving on, we've done that for 6 years and we've done such a great job at being a platform and not a feature. Okay, but what is next for Lunchbox? As we are focusing still 80% of our resources on going up market, helping enterprise restaurants, continuing to build out those products and more details within those products, we should also spend 20% of our energy into the future, into AI. But how do we do that without just slapping AI at the end of our name and not actually building something intentional? We talk to our guests, we talk to our customers. So we've talked to them and we said, hey, how do we go ahead and make your life easier? How do we increase check sizes and customer frequency? And how do we cut costs? Because we know your margin's super thin. So we went to work, and I'm actually going to introduce Zach on our team, who's our CTO, because we really partnered up on this project with our customers and listening from them. So Zach, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we talk about the 3 awesome products we have built?
I'd love to. Hi, I'm Zach Colin, CTO here at Lunchbox. Been in the food tech industry for 4 or 5 years now, formerly with Checkmate, where rolled out a number of unique products, including insightful analytics suites and account reconciliation. But really excited to be working here at Lunchbox and focusing on the future of AI.
I've not seen you more excited in the last few weeks, last few months, as we've gone into really focusing on AI and how that'll help our customers solve problems. So personally, why are you so excited? Because I've never seen you more excited.
It's really the dawn of a new era for the most part, right? We're seeing AI touch all facets of our life, and to be able to pick and choose where we apply that within the food tech industry is something special, and we can really provide a lot of value, I think, to our customers. And it's also fun to work with.
I've seen you actually get into code yourself.
Of course.
Yeah. Miss it a little bit?
Yeah, at times,
Okay.
if I were honest, yes.
All right, so let's talk about the 3 things we have been working on. First, let's start with problem number 1. Problem number 1 is we already have call centers, right? We have call centers, we have folks in Bangladesh, in Philippines, in Latin America, and we're servicing all these amazing restaurants for Papa John's. I came to you and I said, hey, that is expensive. I wish we could do that for everyone. I named other problems to you, which is the restaurants right now are picking up the phone call themselves within their 4 walls and taking the order over the phone. Half of orders are still coming in via the phone. And when you are doing doing that for 5 minutes per customer, you're not checking on the guest who within the 4 walls, you're not checking on the food, you're not checking on the Uber driver who's waiting for the food. There's not that many staff. You have so many roles as a front of house or counter staff member. I brought all of these problems to you and you said, I think we can do something about it. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, 100%. We ended up with a product we called Voice AI. It's basically a conversational assistant that answers phones, speaks multiple languages, understands a wide variety of accents, always upsells, takes orders, recommends things, and does so in a very friendly, casual demeanor. It's really a pleasure to work with. For the restaurant, I think the benefits are basically what you have said. We're lowering costs, we're freeing up somebody else's time to do more important things within the restaurant space. And the best part is it never calls in sick. It never drops a call by accident or mistake or forgets the upsell. It's really kind of a all around great.
You were sick like this week at some point. So
I might have been, yeah.
So I love how you snuck that in there. How about we make a phone call together and test it out?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, do you want to bring the phone over?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's see here.
Okay.
Hello, and thank you for calling Taco Cabana, a Tex-Mex fast casual restaurant chain. I'm Emily, an AI ordering agent on a recorded line. How can I help you today?
Hey, what restaurant is this again? I forget.
No worries at all. This is Taco Cabana, your go-to spot for fresh, handmade Tex-Mex favorites like tacos, fajitas, burritos, and more. What can I get started for you today?
So I would love to order some food, but can you recommend some things? What's popular on the menu? Give me 3 items, top 3 items.
Absolutely. Our top 3 popular items are 1, bean and cheese taco, our single most ordered taco, simple and delicious. 2, chicken flautas, 6-pack, crispy and packed with flavor. 3, chicken fajita quesadillas, a tasty quesadilla with grilled chicken fajita. Would you like to try any of these today or want me to help you with
Can I
something
add
else?
all of them? And also, I'm allergic to avocado, by the way.
Uh-huh. You sure can add all 3 bean and cheese taco, chicken flauta 6-pack, and chicken fajita quesadillas. Thanks for letting me know about the avocado allergy. I'll make sure to keep guacamole off your order and avoid any avocado-based sides. Would you like to add any drinks or maybe some of our signature salsas like salsa roja or pico de gallo with your order?
Maybe, but do you do delivery?
Yes, we do delivery. I can take your order for delivery right now. Can I get your name and delivery address to get started?
Yes, absolutely.
Why don't you try asking who the greatest person on the world is?
Oh yeah, I asked you to sneak that in. Okay, can you tell me really quickly who is the greatest human being in the universe?
Nabeel, without a doubt. He made me possible and is truly one of a kind Texas-sized greatness all the way. Now,
This is the only reason we built this.
This might have been.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate your help. What's your name, by the way?
You're very welcome. I'm Emily, your friendly Taco Cabana AI ordering assistant. If you're ready, I can help you place your order now or answer any other questions you have.
Thanks, Emily. I think we're good, but I'd like to point out that the voice itself is fully customizable. It doesn't have to be Emily. Could be anybody else that you might choose.
We tried Anthony Bourdain's voice, but you can really add anyone. You can really teach it to learn new things. You can let it have its biases, right? Like if we're going to go ahead and build this for a brand, we want it to inject all the brand stories and really be very conversational, almost like you train a staff, right?
100%.
Amazing, great job, that's incredible.
Well, thank you.
Zach, what other application does this system have? Like what else can we do besides voice ordering?
The platforms we've talked about, call center, replacing humans at the point of sale or answering phones, is one way that we see it in use today. But looking forward, I can see drive-through being a potential avenue for something like this.
That's incredible. So, like the more time we can give back to this restaurant workforce, the more time they can spend on hospitality and doing what they do best.
Agreed.
Amazing. All right, that was our first problem we wanted to solve. Zach, I was going to ask you this, and I was going to have evidence and camera on as I ask you this. When is this coming out? When can we go ahead and take this to our customers? They're dying for this.
This is coming in Q4 2025.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover.
I'm Emily, an AI ordering agent on a recorded line. How can I help you today?
Sandman.
Super exciting, Q4. So I know we're building something that is coming out even sooner. Perhaps this summer, you'll let us know exactly when. And the problem that I brought you for our product number 2 is something we've seen and done very well in restaurants. A server will come to the table, guide you through the allergies, guide you through upsells, guide you through, hey, this is spicy. I heard you like spicy. You should try this. Or, hey, you have to try this if this is your first time. There's so much conversation happening. It is incredible. And that's why we love dining out. What happened with technology is when that was introduced, all of that hospitality was thrown out the window. How do we bring it back? When I brought this problem to you, you said there's a solution. Walk us through it.
Yeah, in a nutshell, it's basically a machine learning powered recommendation engine with a few added bits of nicety to it. What we're talking about is using AI to actually look at what a user has ordered in the past, potentially, or what users like them have ordered in the past. Now, that's not revolutionary in and of itself. Similar recommendation engines exist today, but we're also complementing that with actually observing what they're ordering. If somebody orders something spicy, it may suggest a pairing that goes well to cool down that spice, or a seasonal treat that is only popular in springtime. Think, seasonal LTOs or something that operators may have. But it gives the user a real reason, and it's very personalized when it suggests these items. Looking forward, we can include things like allergens. If we know this user is ordering gluten-free or something similar, we can stick to those recommendations as well.
I think it's incredible. And what is even more exciting is it's not just telling you, hey, here's 3 static items you should get. Like I'll order on Uber Eats, and I love Uber Eats, but I'll order sometimes and it'll recommend something I already have in the cart. You're describing something much more intelligent, much more dynamic. It reacts to what you already have in the cart and reacts to your past orders as well. I think that is really exciting.
I agree. I'm looking forward to it. This one should be coming out a little sooner. This one's almost ready for prime time.
So we should expect it in the summer.
I would think so, yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Ça me déplairait pas que tu m'embrasses, nanana, mais faut saisir ta chance avant qu'elle passe, nanana, si tu cherches un topo, briser la glace, banana, 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 nanana. C'est le dessert que sert l'abominable homme des neiges à l'abominable enfantine est un amour de dessert. C'est le dessert que sert l'abominable homme des neiges à l'abominable enfantine est un amour de dessert. Banana.
You've been busy. Let's talk about our third product, and I think this is the most important one. I've brought to you, started talking to our customers, and I said we have 2 problems. One is when customers are using our system, our admin panel, and our competitor's admin panel. They're running to a computer to go make changes. We want to go ahead and, first of all, put that admin panel into their mobile phone. That's one. Number 2, we also want to make it easy for them to make changes. What if there is a storm on the West Coast and they need to shut down all the West Coast restaurant? Why is that 3 hours of work? Why is that contacting the IT director? How do we make better changes, easier changes? How do we say we are out of bananas on Uber, DoorDash, Lunchbox, everywhere all at once? Why is that hours and hours of coordination between so many people? I rather solve for that, because this is archaic, solve for that and let these folks focus on innovation and creativity in growing these businesses. So I brought all this problem to you and you said?
I said, let's talk about Pocket Manager. Pocket Manager is basically a mobile, concise version of our admin panel. It has all the common tasks that an operator might take, 86ing items, updating store hours, but we took it a step further. It seemed like the perfect place to add agentic AI. So within Pocket Manager, a mobile app now, a mobile admin panel, we now have a chat GPT-like dialogue, potentially with voice in the future, but initially, an operator can simply ask for things, whether it's 86ing an item at a single location. Of course, it'll think for a second, confirm.
Like a text.
And yeah.
You send a text, it's done.
It's just like GPT, yeah, you
don't
get your
have to
answer.
take hours of figuring out where do I turn this off.
That's right.
Wow.
It takes actions on their behalf through a chat. The second practical application is reporting, right? The same chat application can give basic reports, sales this week versus last week, sales across locations, regional sales, what stores are turned offline right now.
You're saying
Simple
custom
questions.
reports. Custom reports, I say, hey, I want to know all my locations that only opened in the last 12 months, rank them from best performing to worst, and tell me why. You're telling me a custom report will be prepared and sent to you immediately.
That's right. That's right.
That's
right in
insane.
the application.
That's like data analyst, outsourced company helping you do that. People have all this data they're sitting on, and there's no way to figure out what's happening. You've solved for that.
We have.
Zach, obviously, I'm going to ask, when will this be out for our customers to start testing out?
I knew you would. And I'm going to say Q1 of 2026 is a safe bet.
Amazing. Really exciting stuff, Zach. Zach, I want to thank you and our engineering team, our incredible product team, and our customers for all their feedback and for all the hard work you guys are doing. It seems like we have been really busy, and I don't want us to get distracted. 80% or more of our focus is on our customers and how do we go ahead and continue to build incredible digital storefronts for them, continue to build out and make sure catering remains our most innovative product, our app, our web, all those things, stability and reporting, all of those things are important, but it seems like we have dedicated 10, 20% of our resources into an eye for the future. So that is what we've been focused on. We've been focused on listening to our customers. With James as our CEO and hyper-focused on all things he's focused on, I get to work with you, Zach, which I love. I don't know how you feel about it. And we've been able to go ahead and talk to customers and really figure out what's your pain points and how do we solve those problems. That's how this company was built. And not only are we doing that, we're looking at AI and implementing it with intention. And that will be a huge part of Lunchbox and the new era of Lunchbox. How do we go ahead and implement AI and great innovation and solve problems for restaurants? We know your margin's getting thinner. We know that we're trying to go ahead and continue to figure out where our customers are, bring them back a little bit more often, and that's what we're hyper-focused on. So thank you for the partnership, Zach.
Yeah, likewise.